Hey guys, what's up? It's CalebBakes01 back again for another random horror review. For today's episode, we have the sophomore effort from director Jordan Peele, his 2019 flick, Us. Now, I'm just going to say it straight off the bat. This is a review I am particularly excited for because this is one of my favourite modern horror films, especially, I'd say, over the past 5 years. It's right up there, so this is one, as I said, I'm definitely excited to talk about with you guys today. This is a little bit of a delayed review. I was meant to start recording this one a couple of days ago, but I'm sure like everyone things come up, so it's coming to you guys now either way. And this is a movie that's probably much more suited to like a analysis video other than a review, because there is so much stuff with this movie that you can break down and go into with finer detail, whether it's the themes or symbolism. But either way, I'm going to try and keep it like I normally do in review format, try and keep it short and sharp like I try to do with my videos. Sometimes I get a little bit carried away, but either way, what I'm trying to say is I'm really excited for today's review. Like I normally do, we'll get into my thoughts a little bit later, give it a rating out of 10 towards the end, but quickly we will just skim through the plot a little bit. So we have this family of 4 who are going on this little family getaway to their vacation house in Santa Cruz, I believe. Either way, the mother is played by Lupita Nyong'o, who is outstanding in this movie, and when they arrive, she is just instantly worried that something is going to go wrong, that something's not right, and that's because of a few things upon arrival, mixed with a traumatizing experience she had as a child while, again, staying in Santa Cruz. So she is just worried that something's going to go wrong, and I guess something does go wrong, because one night the family is intruded on by their doppelgangers. A replica family shows up wearing all red, and shit goes crazy from there. I'm just going to leave the plot there. I feel like this is a movie that definitely connected with mainstream audiences, so I feel like a lot of people would know this movie and know the plot and what I'm talking about, but let's get into deeper discussion now. Jordan Peele's 2019 flick, Us. So as I said before, one of my favourite modern horror flicks, and one that I could talk about all day, but where I want to start in particular in today's video is actually with the director Jordan Peele, because we got to remember, on the grand scheme of things, he is still really new in the game, he is still up and coming, yet he is one of the most talked about / anticipated directors working in the horror genre at the moment. And you know what, even take the horror genre out of it, he is one of the most talked about and anticipated directors working in Hollywood at the moment. And he has done all of that with only 3 films under his belt. You gotta tip your hat to him. I'm gonna be completely honest, he is one of my favourite directors, not just working at the moment, but to date. And sometimes there's just these directors where you just feel a connection to their films, and there's plenty of them that I have in my collection. There's directors that I love. But Jordan Peele, to only do it, as I said, with 3 films under his belt, is incredible. I love his style. I just love the way he writes. I love the way he shoots. There's just something about his movies that really connect with me, and he just smashes them out of the park. You got to remember his debut film, Get Out, that was released and that blew people's minds, and I can't even imagine the amount of pressure he had to do a follow-up. He follows up with Us, smashes it out of the park again. This guy he's really settled himself in with the big guns in Hollywood. He knows how to make a movie. He knows how to tell a story. He knows how to shoot. He is, as I said, one of my favourite directors of all time, not just working at the moment. We haven't got Nope yet released here in Australia. It comes out in a few days, so I can't even wait to see that. I can't even put that into words how excited I am. But he is really just a game-changing director working at the moment, and I just think this movie, once again, he followed up super strong. The next thing I want to highlight in this one is the acting, because again, it is top-notch, and like I said in the intro, we have our lead played by Lupita Nyong'o. She smashes it out of the park. Not only does she play the mum, she plays a dual role of also playing the leader of the Tethered, the leader of the doppelgangers named Red. The voice that she puts on is so creepy and unsettling. The dialogue that she's given, she just smashes it out of the park. Really, as I said, super creepy. It sticks with you. And even when she's not speaking, just her mannerisms and the way that she moves, she adds so much to the character and to the movie also. We have the dad, played by Winston Duke, and he is so fucking funny in this one. He's probably one of my favourite characters in this film. He almost plays like this Homer Simpson styled character where he's goofy and silly, charming, obviously cares for his family so much, but he also has this way where he just flips a switch and he can play like this big protector and isn't afraid to get his hands dirty to protect his family. So those two smash it out of the park. We also have the kids, obviously played by child actors. They do such a good job. They're in this movie just as much as the other two actors, as I said, and they do not hurt the movie at all. They honestly just add to it so much more. And for a movie that is such grand scale, there isn't too many other actors in this movie. I guess the most notable inclusion also is Elizabeth Moss. She does an awesome job as well. That her whole family that is in this movie as well, they do such a good job. But as I said, the acting, you can't fault it. They do such a good job. Again, perfectly casted, and Jordan Peele has done such a good job, I guess, writing the dialogue and directing these actors. Yeah, they did such a good job, and they just add so much to this movie, so I want to highlight the acting as well. Another thing I want to talk about with this one is something that I feel like a lot of people sort of forget to talk about when they mention this one. As I said in the intro, a lot of people want to bring up the themes and the symbolism and look at it on that level and break down, all the little nitty gritty stuff. But if you're not like that and you just want to enjoy the movie for what it is, you're going to have such a fun time with this one, because this movie is also just a lot of fun. It is surprisingly funny as well. There's lots of humour in there, almost to the point where I wish it was maybe dialed down just the littlest bit, but on the other hand, I'm thinking back on so many scenes where I'm just pissing myself laughing as well. So what I'm just trying to say is, even if you don't want to go in with such, a critical eye or overanalyze it, you really don't need to. You're gonna still enjoy it for the most part. But on the other hand, yes, the themes in this movie and the symbolisms are fucking top notch. There's really heavy themes of classism and the way that we look and treat others in society that, may not have things like we do, or vice versa, And, you can see so many videos of people break down and analyze these themes in this movie, but watching it this time around, it just really connected on a different level, and I saw it again in a new light. And Jordan Peele, that's something again that he just really knows how to do in his movies, talk about things that he wants to share with audiences, and I feel like especially a lot of audiences are connecting with it and they're responding, and again, this movie just smashes that out of the park. So I really couldn't recommend this film enough, and as I keep saying in this review, this is a movie that I could just talk about all day. I could literally sit down for hours and just talk about everything that has to do with this movie. As I said, I think it would be kind of fun to do a analysis on this one day, but I just gotta find the time for it first. But, really at the end of the day, critics and audiences just really seem to love this one. It really connected with the mainstream, as well as just die-hard horror fans that do sometimes get sick of what the mainstream has to offer us. Everyone just seemed to love this movie. And as I said, I'm on the same ship, because I really do love this one too. Everything technically as well, the movie looks great, it's shot well, the music as well, that's something I really want to highlight too. But just to sum it all up, this is a top recommendation for me. As I said, one of my favourite modern films to date. And you know what, we'll just leave it with the rating now. I'm going to give Us a 9.5. I just have so much fun with this movie every time. I have seen this movie, it's been out for 3 years, and I reckon I've seen this movie maybe 6-7 times. I just fucking love it. Every time I go back and watch it, I never get sick of it. And as I keep saying, I couldn't recommend it enough. So I'm going to leave this one here. As I said, this was a review that I wanted to do a little bit sooner, but finally have gotten around to it now. So I'm going to have some more content coming your way, guys. But thank you for joining me again. Again, in the comments, just feel free to let me know your thoughts on this movie. Don't spoil Nope for me. I still got to wait a couple of days till it comes out here in Australia, but I'll go and see it soon. But thank you for joining me for another random horror review, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.